Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday. It's the 27th, I think. And here we are. I'm going to load up the Explorer again. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do in a second. This hydraulic table yesterday from Harbor Freight. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to take this Addams Family Pinball machine and let's turn it on. And the reason why I'm taking it, this has been here for 4 years. I bought it in 2014, the summer. I think it was August. So this is as far as I can go with this machine, with the LEDs and stuff and the custom shooter and whatever. So if you look at the playfield, it's all planked. It means it's getting cold, hot through its life, and it expanded to make that wood planked. So I'm taking a new playfield, not this one. I have a used playfield over here that I'm trying to sell, but I have a Mirko playfield from Germany that a buddy of mine, I'm bringing the machine to Connecticut to get the playfield put in. So it's going to take about a month, cost about $1,000, and then Addams will last for 100 years. So my buddy Bill is going to show up, but I have the lift table here that I'm going to shove under that machine so we can move it. I gotta move some things out of the way, but that's where I'm going. Another road trip today. It's like about 45 minutes away, so not as far as Providence, Rhode Island that we went to a couple weeks ago, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. So I'll see you in a little bit. See you in a little bit. Put the machine in. Of course, you got to take the legs off and everything, but I'm going to line it up here and then slide it in after we take the legs off of this. But I like to take like a blanket or something so it's kind of easy to slide back, because sometimes it can get stuck on the back end of the chairs and stuff, or the seats. So all I'm doing, sort of just moving this back so we can slide it. Probably bunch up as you slide it back, but it just is a little bit easier. As you can see, it's a little chilly this morning. It's 7:30. So there, we're all set, ready to slide that. All right, so I have Addams in the car here, ready to go, all loaded up. My buddy Bill came by. He helped me lift it in there. So that was nice of him. See the blanket there, it just slides back. It does bunch up, but heads down of the machine. There's 2 bolts that I took out. I have in my pocket. The biggest thing that people forget, I don't usually take the balls out. They kind of say take the balls out, but I kind of don't do that as much because I just haul it like this. If you put it on, it's you see these little foots here, these little rubber things there. It can sit like that, and then the balls will come flying down and might hit the plastic, so you don't want that. But the biggest thing that people forget sometimes is to give the keys. So I have the keys, I believe, I hope, because they need it to. But you can always drill into a lock. I had to do that twice. My dad helped me do the World Cup soccer when I got that from Mike, and he forgot to give me the keys. But you can always put a keyless entry in those, they're real cheap. But I'm gonna go get the playfield now, and then we're on our way to Connecticut to drop this off. Second haul with this Explorer. It's going pretty good. It was pretty easy to use that hydraulic table, put it in there. We just had to bring it, jack it up inside the house, and then wheel it outside, turn it around, take the legs off, and then slide it up in. You have the table support, so it's kind of like having a third person there to hold it while you both. So you could do it with one person. It'd be a little challenging to slide it back. So it's always good to have 2 people if you're moving a pinball machine. They weigh about 250, 300 pounds. So we're almost on our way. Just gotta get, it's very bright out. Sun, I gotta get the sunglasses. Gotta get the playfield, and then we're on our way to getting Addams restored. This will just be the first part of this video, and then I'll show you when it's all restored. So I picked Addams Family up in 2014. My dad drove me in the middle of the night in a Suburban, and I didn't know I wanted the machine. Well, I did. I wanted the machine for a while. I wanted Addams Family for a while, and since like 2010. And I was going to a photo shoot, and I forget what year it was. I was in Salem, and there was 2 Addams Families. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Then, I think a year or so passed, 2013 I think it was. Take the 3rd exit and so 2013, I went to this place called The Quarters. They had an Addams Family, and it never worked right. It was dark, and you know, it just wasn't good. So I was like, oh okay, I'm gonna buy an Addams Family then if this place, you know, never has this machine fixed. They ended up selling the machine, so it's like, all right, I'm just gonna buy one, because you know, it's crazy, kind of crazy thinking you're gonna buy a pinball machine, but you know. 3/4 of a mile. So I found one online, Craigslist that day. Searched for it, $5,000, Addams Family, a few pictures, whatever. So I was golfing at the time, and I wrote to the family, or wrote to the person. I said, would you take $3,500? They wrote back. They said they take $3,800. I said, deal. Then I hemmed and hawed. Why are they selling it so cheap? $3,800. They wanted $5,000. Why are they, you know, just kind of countering? Nowadays, you don't really get deals like that. It's like you ask $3,500. They're like, no, I'll take $4,800. You know, people are like that. They don't like you going low, but these people needed some money. So in New Hampshire, I took like 3 days to decide if I wanted this machine. I said, if it's there tomorrow, I'll go for it. And I asked everyone. I asked my dad, and he said, keep it for a year. If you get tired of it, sell it. So that was my thinking, and that's the thinking I've always had with pinball machines or anything. If you can get it for a good price, keep it for a year, and then sell it. In a quarter of a mile, so turn left. I've kept it for 4 years. It's my favorite machine. So now it's gonna go get an upgrade with a new playfield. So yeah, my dad drove me in the middle of the night. I had to call the lady, the person selling it, because I had made a decision. I said, I'm coming with $3,800 tonight. Got there like 7:30, whatever. No one knew how to take this machine apart. No one knew how to put the head down. We had to read about it. We knew nothing. I knew nothing about pinball machines, but here I am giving them $3,800 for a pinball machine. I knew nothing about the playfield that I just mentioned, that I talked about. So now with a new playfield that's actually right behind me in that cardboard, we're gonna go get that installed. So we picked it up in the middle. It was like 2.5 hours to New Hampshire. It was raining. Me and my dad, and then I think their son or somebody, we lifted this machine out to the Suburban, slid it in. I think it stayed overnight in the car, because we got home at 10 o'clock, 10:30, whatever. So yeah, that was my first pinball experience, and that opened up this world of this pinball hobby. I met a lot of great people from this hobby. Mike from Shelter, that, you know, we visited our last trip. And I have another friend, Mark, who has an arcade in his basement, and, you know, a lot of great people. So we keep doing this. We keep hauling machines, picking up new machines, getting machines we had before. The Whirlwind that I now have, I actually didn't tell you about that, but if you, that's what we picked up after Metallica. We got a Whirlwind and some cash, so the cash will go towards restoring Addams. So we're on our way, 40-something minutes, we should be there. So the buddy that I'm going to meet, his name is Eric, and he's the guy that I traded and then gave some money to get Metallica for the Back to the Future. I gave him Back to the Future plus some money, got Metallica, which indirectly got me Whirlwind back, a better Whirlwind. So it's nice how those things kind of come full circle. Can't talk this morning. Anyways, so yeah, he restored Back to the Future, so maybe we can take a peek at that and see what it looks like. Also, he's the reason why I have a nice Ninja Turtles pinball machine. He sold it to a guy who sold it to me. 2 lanes to keep left onto I-91 South. So yeah, so he's a good guy to pick up pins. He restores pins. So this will be nice, a nice treat for Addams Family. My favorite pinball machine getting restored or getting a new playfield. Still probably needs like side decals and things like that, new coin door and whatever. You can get crazy with these things, but I think a new playfield is a good start. This will last 100 years or whatever with the clear coat going on in the playfield. But yeah, this is a good day. I'm happy the sun is shining. It's a little chilly out, but not horrible. Got my sunglasses on, not raining, so that's good. So yeah, looking forward to fall. What's going on with the beard? I'm just keeping the beard to keep me warm. Once it starts getting nice out spring, the beard will be gone. I've been growing this for about a week. Just kidding. This is probably about 2 months worth of, trimmed it up a little bit, but that's what's going on with the beard. When I go to weddings, I usually am clean shaven with a nice shirt, nice pants, dress shirt, dress pants, dress shoes, the whole shebang. So, almost there, 40 minutes, 30 something minutes, should be there. Not a bad drive. Providence was a little bit longer, an hour, almost 2 hours, but almost there. Driving along. So what's my connection with Addams Family? When I was 9, we went to a campground called Bailey's in Maine. I was there with my 2 sisters, my brother, my mom, and my dad. We went camping. Bailey's Campground, something like that. I think you can look it up still on Google. It's still around. They had an Addams Family there, and we played it. My brother was really good at pinball when I was younger, and still is good today. And I remembered that we were all together. We were all playing, we were all together, and I think that's my connection, that I felt like if I bought this, then we could relive that childhood wonder. We were so fascinated when the hand comes out and grabs the ball and things like that. It's a great pin. Over 20,000 units sold, the most selling pin of all time. It's just a lot of fun. The call-outs by Raul Julia, R.I.P. It's just a fun pin. It's got a nice flow. Pat Lawler pin, who also made or designed Addams Family and a lot of others. Ripley's Believe It or Not and Monopoly, and more recently Dialed In with Pat Lawler with Jersey Jack Pinball. So he's still designing today. Twilight Zone, he also did that one. I think he did Safecracker as well, if I'm
in 1 mile, turn right.
Bonsai Run was his first. So I'm almost to my buddy's place, Eric's place, to drop this off. I just wanted to give you a little backstory of Addams Family. This pinball machine, I keep that dear to my heart now that I'm older, and trying to make this pin play better than new. That's my whole goal here. So maybe we'll do side art down the road and coin door and all that, but that's down the road. Now is to get the playfield. This is the most expensive thing. Playfield about $1,000, and then putting it in another $1,000. So yes, it is pricey, but then it will value this machine at like $8,500. I don't think they'll remake this machine because of all the licensing, the Addams Family and things like that. So almost there. Talk to you soon. I just dropped off Addams Family. I have an empty back seat or trunk, whatever you want to call that back there. Normally seats, but you can flip one down. It's real cool. So dropped it off. He's gonna start working on it in like next week or so. So I am super excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Yeah, so this will be great. And we were just talking pinball for a little bit. So
at the roundabout.
So we did talk about pinball. He's going to Boston today to pick up 2 machines. I forget what the first one was, but going to pick up a Royal Rumble, WWF Royal Rumble, which I might be a player at. I like that pin. That's a cool pin. Mike at Shelter has that pin. I think it's cool. Data East average around like 2,500 or so, but I think it's worth that. So maybe when Allentown comes around, maybe go get that. I don't know. I'm happy with the pins I have now. I am still looking for a Tron, which I guess there was one that just got posted on Craigslist for $5 something, but I don't know. I don't know if I can swing $5,000 or $5,800 or something. That's a lot for buying a pin right now when we're getting one restored. So, headed back home. Pretty much, I don't know if that's the end of the vlog. Sun's coming out. Maybe we'll hang around this area for a little bit. Maybe we'll try to find some pinball to go play somewhere. There's an app on your phone that's called Pinball Map. Might download. I don't think I have it on my phone right now, but I usually do when I travel around to try to find places to play pinball at. So, yeah, I don't know. Get something to eat or something. Yeah. Happy Saturday. No football on. Well, I guess there is a Pro Bowl on this week. I think it's on this week, but not many people watch that.